There's something I need to tell you. I can't get you off of my mind. There's just something about you. You're like a sweet, soft surprise. Your smile gets me high. You take my breath away. My mind is open wide. What more can I say? I heart you. I heart you. Yes. When we spend time together, feels like you've known me for years. You're slowly breaking down my defenses. You're wiping away all my fears. Smile gets me high. You take my breath away. My mind is open wide. What more? What more? I heart you. Yes. I heart you. Oh, 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 oh. I heart you, yes. I heart you, yes. Beautiful lady, yeah. With you I see forever. Seems like you've known me for years. Breaking down my defenses, I'm wiping away all your fears. Smile gets me high. You take my breath away. My mind is open wide. What more can I say? I think I'm falling in love. I
as the sun, and a precious little baby having fun, and a mommy flying higher than a dove, overdosed on unconditional love, and a daddy walking proud for the first time. Whenever he holds his baby, she stops crying. That's unconditional. A little teacher in the world, be yourself. Can I tell different lines from the color of skin? Naivety can shine bright as the sun, and a precious little baby having fun, and a mommy flying higher than a dove, overdosed on unconditional love, and a daddy walking proud for the first time. Whenever he holds his baby, she stops crying. That's unconditional. That's unconditional. I just wish that innocence could stay, but I don't remember when we learned to hate. And a mommy flying higher than a dove, overdosed on unconditional love, and a daddy walking proud for the first time. Whenever he holds his baby, she stops crying, and a mommy flying higher than a dove, and a daddy walking proud for the first time. Whenever he holds his baby, she stops crying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She stops crying. She stops crying. She stops crying. She stops crying.
Hey, look who here.
Hey, my man Jules.
Hey, Sam, my brother. Come on in. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
Say, everybody, Sam is here.
Hey, everyone.
Brother, I heard about that new single. Wow.
Thanks, brother.
Hey, you have your on?
Oh, yeah.
Well, let me hear you do that thing. Get down like you know. Feeling this groove, it will make you move. So I hope that you bought those dancing shoes. Let's be cool, have a dance with Jules. House party joy, we know those rules. Having fun, believe that's my mission. And this, that sound that you love to rock with you. thing now. Do that thing now. Do that thing. Do that thing. Do that thing. Do that thing now. Flowing like a horn, held together like cob and some corn. How you doing? Opportunity is knocking at the door. Life is a party, I'm rocking on the floor. Speakers on high, pumping bass to the ceiling. Yes, I just love this wonderful feeling. Smooth criminal, white glove with the walk. Dance floor incredible, feeling like the hawk. Part of my vibe, I'm living in the moment. Me and my team, our brothers like the Jonas. Never shut down, we don't want no trouble. Fast and after spot, we going for a double. We're going out prepared for elevation. Whole block party, all homes adjacent. I wanna thank you all for being so patient. And my gift to you is a funky celebration. Do that thing. Do that thing. Do that thing. Do that thing now.
the cell phone speaking until one of us fall out sleeping. I can see them other cats been scheming, but I promise they don't know the meaning. Her love, they just proceeding. For that lust, that's all they seeking. Shorty, I love her, how you always down for the cause. Even from all of the fellas, you be getting applause. Taking trips, hotel rooms, you up against the wall. To the hot tub, to the floor, to the bed, lights off. Forget about the past, stand forget about the problems, we'll take care of it all. You always got my back and always hold me down, and that probably be the reason that I'm starting to fall. I can't help it.
I'm trying to take it slow, but my heart keeps spinning out of control.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is now time for the Indie Live Spot, right here on your station GHP Radio, your independent music source.
Till you come back to me.
CC, Frankie Thorma. It feels good right here. Step, 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 step. Come on, baby, come on. Come on, baby, come on. It feels good right here. Put on my linens and my loafers and just step it out. 1, 2, side to side. Come on, come on.
I'm watching you, watch me from a distance, and I'm feeling you, feeling me. I like the way you move, I'm in the mood for dancing or whatever. It's up to you. The way you're moving on the floor, can we dance, babe? Only makes me want you more. But your body yearning, yearning. It's me and you, one-on-one. Let's just step and have some fun. I wanna dance dirty with you right now. I wanna dance. The groove feels so right. I wanna dance. Been flirting with you all night. I just wanna dance, yeah. Just dance. Just dance. 'Cause tonight I feel the vibe is right for me and you.
See the look in my eye, I'm looking at you. On the dance floor, damn how you do what you do. Go ahead, push it back, move it slow. At this point, I don't really care, she know.
Wait a minute, boy. Tell your girl don't trip, 'cause we ain't about to creep. Really ain't that deep. It's just a dance, but a dance can turn to romance if we wanted to. It's up to me and you. The way you're moving on the floor, the way you move, only makes me want you more. Only makes me want you more. But your body yearning, yearning. One-on-one. Let's just step and have some fun. I wanna dance dirty with you right now. I wanna dance. The groove feels alright. I wanna dance. Been flirting with you all night. I just wanna dance. Oh, just dance. Just dance. 'Cause tonight I feel the vibe is right for me and you. Down. Break it down. Dirty, dirty. Break it down. Break it down. Dip to the ground. Dirty, dirty. You're on my back. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Break it down. Pull me in. Skin to skin. Twerk it for me. Don't just tease me. Touch my
Now I'm
body.
gonna do this, ma. You from the 305? Go ahead, show me that 2-step side to side. Down south we stunt while the girl do the grind. One night out of the week, we ain't got much time. At this rate, it can escalate. You know how I get. Then it won't be innocent sweat. Let me pay my check. Grab your coat and we'll be gone. And in the morning, CC gon' be singing my song.
Everybody, grab somebody. Move your body. Let's have a party. I just wanna dance. Just dance. Come on, just step, step, side to side. Turn it on, take it down. Everybody dance. Come on, just dance. Oh,
doesn't owe you anything. It's a miracle that you made it here at all. And there's no shame in suffering. The spirit soars only when it learns to fall with grace. It takes more out of you to push away than embrace. What is gonna be what is until it's not. And you'll miss so much in wishing that this wasn't what you got. Wisdom, you speak so softly. It took me such a long time to hear your rhythm beating inside me. Guide my feet so I can dance without fear. You'll carry the weight of all you've done. It'll bury you until you learn to lay it down. You can't please yourself and everyone else. Your song of joy lives just beyond the noise of your mind. And the more you lose, the more you really find. Oh, what is gonna be what is until it's not. And you'll miss the unusual guises of bliss, wandering through the days you got. Wisdom, you speak so softly. It took me such a long time to hear your rhythm beating inside me. Guide my feet so I can dance without fear. The world doesn't owe you anything. It's a miracle that you made it here at all. There's no shame in suffering. The spirit soars only when it learns to fall with grace. With grace.
I hear a whisper in my ear, a sorry melody, sweet and clear, tender like the sounds that draw you near. So open up your heart and let it in. It will give you peace and joy within. Do somebody hear me? Do somebody hear me? Do somebody hear me? I want you to hear me now.
them burst with love. Spread your love open so the world can see amazing things you let free, let free. If we all came together, we'd have a great life, great life. It will give you peace and joy within. Do somebody hear me? Do somebody hear me? Do somebody hear me? I want you to hear me now. Do somebody hear me? Do somebody hear me? Do somebody hear me? I want you to hear me now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Indie Live Spot right here on YouTube live stream, and we are streaming live right now. And we're gonna let's see. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and give you the rundown on some of the music that was played at the beginning of the show. And in fact, you just got through hearing Rena Gibbons with Melodies, and before that it was Wisdom by Haley Lauren, which we had on the show last week. Great guest. And then before that you heard Marcia Mitchell with Just Wanna Dance. Also we kicked it off with Rena Scott with her tribute to Aretha Franklin, Until You Come Back to Me. She did a terrific job on that. And then of course I got the crew here with me, very excited about our guest. And so we had Grizz, of course, Ray, got the full crew, Joyce, everybody's here today. And so help me welcome Koji Kali in the house.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
What's happening?
What's good?
Oh, it's all good. We happy to have you on the show. It's been a minute.
Glad to be here.
Yeah. You've been doing a whole lot since the last time you were on the show. In fact, we just got through hearing a track by your mom, which was Melodies, and that was something, you had something to do with that as well, didn't you?
Yes, I produced and I did background vocals on that record. My mom always wants me to do the background vocals.
Awesome. Yeah, well, that track is nice, very nice. And then of course that's what's so great about you doing all this music producing and writing songs and doing all these different, you got all these different plates. And so I mean, it's like, how do you spread yourself? I mean, you got so much going on. It's great though. I mean, I'm just tripping out, you know. In fact, the music that you sent that we're going to be featuring today, I thought it'd be a great idea to actually feature the video, because you do have a couple of videos. I saw two of the tracks that I have here that, you know, that we was going to feature today, and then of course the other two we'll just play. But wow, I was just blown away. with your talents, and it's just awesome. So let's kind of get into some of this stuff before we actually do. Now, some of the music, I know that Grizz usually handles getting the music from the artist, over to me and everything. And so once I got the music, like I said, I had a chance to go through it all, and I was just like, wow, this girl is doing some stuff here. And so is this part of a whole complete project, or is this some singles that are separate? I mean, tell us a little bit about that portion of it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, right now, basically what I'm doing is I'm releasing a bunch of singles. I'm kind of like just putting my eggs in different baskets. I haven't made like an album, at least for myself, since I think it was like 2015 or something like that. Because I'm really trying to hone in on, my production and stuff like that. When I released my record called Melancholy, which you guys are going to play initially, that was just a single for me to basically showcase my songwriting and my production. Yeah. But, I guess people will perceive it as me being an artist because I went the full route and made a video for it. And but right now I'm just releasing like a bunch of singles. I like to dabble and, work with as many people as I can.
Absolutely. Wow. Well, it's all good. I tell you, I like it all. It's great. And I like, and that's what I like about you, because you're versatile with the styles, the genres of music. You're not just sticking in a box, Oh yeah, no, I can't do that. I don't think my spirit will allow me to do that, because I'm very ADHD when it comes to music. I can't stay in like one sort of like realm. It gets like boring after a while. Right.
Yeah. That's my
repetition.
I'm the same way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And what's really cool, I noticed that you play a lot of actual instruments too.
I was about to come up with that one. She's a multi-instrumentalist.
Yes, indeed. So that's very impressive. Tell us a little bit of how you ventured in getting into all the different instruments and stuff. What did you start out with first? And
well, initially, oh, sorry.
No, you good. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, no, first, initially, I think it was being around my grandfather. When I was 6, that's when I realized I wanted to play the piano, but I didn't pick up like an instrument until I was, I want to say until I was 10 in elementary school, and I played the flute. That was my first introduction to music and everything like that, and learning how to read notes on that. And then from there, I wanted to learn how to play the guitar. I got influenced by watching this movie, Bring It On, oddly enough, and there's like a scene where this guy shredding on the guitar. I'm like, I want to do that. So I remember when I went to Washington, D.C. when I was 12 for some sort of like scholarship thing, and my parents gave me like spending money. I did not eat like that trip. Like I made sure that I like would find like free food or something like that, because they were feeding us that food, so I would save that money. And I came back and I bought a guitar from Walmart that was like $100 or $200, which I still have this to this day. But yeah, I made sure I like starved to not buy anything so that I could have that guitar. It came with the amp and all that stuff, and so I started teaching myself that. And then everything else just kind of fell into place after that. Into high school, I think that's when I acquired the piccolo, the drums, the bass, and percussion, more or less. And yeah, I pretty much just taught myself from listening to records and just studying, the instrumentation and what, key elements make a record and stuff like that. I didn't know that I was like physically dissecting stuff, because I'm just like, I just want to play instruments. I didn't even know anything about production initially. And yeah, I started music producing when I was 13. So it was, yeah, I didn't even know that's what it was. I got like this little Casio from my uncle. He works for like the school district, and he had found it. And so he gave me that, and I would basically play to like pre-recorded drum tracks, and I would come up with chord progressions, and my mom would come in and like write to it. And I would tell her, no, you should sing it like this, or you should sing like that. And imagine like a 13-year-old like telling her mom, So it was just kind of like, it was different. It was very different. But yeah, then I really started to take production seriously when I was 16, when my parents got me my first music software program called Reason 4. And then from there, I just locked myself in the garage in the room downstairs. And I was just, every day I would come home after school and like just try and make stuff. I didn't even know how to structure records yet, but I was just like, you know, coming up with instrumentals and yeah.
Wow. That's how you do it. If you take the time, and it may take, you know, even with me, it takes, sometimes it may take you hours just to learn one thing, but once you learn it, it's yours.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't regret it. You know, I always said that I was like an introverted extrovert. Like I was very, you know, people friendly and stuff like that. But like when I would come home, like I wouldn't want to go out or do anything like that. I wanted to like focus on like the music, and to some degree I feel like I wasn't able to connect with my peers because I was so focused on like music and they're focused on like boyfriends and girlfriends and going out and like all that stuff. I'm like focused on like trying to hone in my craft, and I don't know why. I can't explain it. And yeah, then I started like, instead of imitating like records that I would listen to, I started listening to what was in my head, oddly enough, and I was able to transcribe what was in my head onto the music software program. And yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Well.
Wow.
You took it on, and you're doing such a fantastic job. I mean, goodness gracious.
Thank you. I appreciate
it. It's just
it.
amazing. It really is.
Well, to all the people, especially younger people who want to do what you're doing, I know a lot of times, even I've been curious, other people who are successful, sometimes when we're looking at you from the outside, oh, it just sounds so smooth and easy. Are there some rocky roads that you want to share? Or I know it takes hours and hours of time, but to other people that they're excited about doing what you're doing until they realize how much time and sacrifice.
Yes.
All right. So tell them about your struggles and, you know, of trying to get that skill and
absolutely. Yeah. So basically, I would just want to say, you know, if you're thinking about getting into production, well, first off, the term producer has evolved. So back in the day, like a producer was somebody who oversaw like budgets and like the whole flow of like the project, and they would pay musicians to come in. Nowadays, producer means like, you know, you're a bedroom producer. You have a laptop, you have a MIDI keyboard, and you have speakers. And to them, that's what it is. But it's like, no, if you're like really, really into production and you act as kind of like an engineer also, meaning like you track vocals, you have to deal with like, you know, say an artist gets discouraged, you have to kind of like reassure them, you know, hey, no, it's cool, let's keep going, we can like, you know, and the frustration builds when you can't necessarily, you know, get, I don't know, I guess the recording process in its own is just very tiring and tedious, but you just have to have patience is what I say. Like if you want to get into this, the first thing that you should learn is patience and persistence, and just realize that not every song is going to be a hit, and you know, it's really just trial and error, especially if you're going to go into this teaching yourself. I taught myself. Nobody like gave me a book on this. Obviously there are books, but I'm not one to like really read. I'm more of like a visual learner, and like I can do it myself sort of thing. So again, trial and error. You just have to sit with it. You have to nourish it. Music and your records are like your babies, essentially, you know, and you spend time with them and you watch them grow. I remember the single that you guys are about to play, Melancholy, or I don't know what you're going to play first, but that one in particular took me over 6 months. And I did, you know, the production, I wrote the music, I did the vocal production, if you will, like all that stuff contributes to, you know, the ultimate, I can't even talk right now. All of that contributes to the finalization of the record. You know, you have to, those are all things that have to be considered. You have to make sure everything lines up properly. You have to make sure the structure is on point if you're trying to cater to a specific sort of audience. That's why you have to consider different genres. If you're doing pop, I definitely suggest studying structure. You have to spend a lot of time with it, and your social life has to be sacrificed to some degree.
And in many cases, your financial life, if you will, has to be sacrificed.
Yes. Or you know what? I will admit this. When I was younger and I was doing this, it was a lot easier because I could afford to stay in my room 16 hours a day and make music. I would legit stay in my room for 16 hours a day.
I believe
doing this. But now, transitioning into an adult and I'm living on my own, basically, I have to balance work as well as this. So it's been a bit harder, but I feel like my music's a lot better. And I'm learning now that it's more about quality over quantity. I might not be consistently releasing records like I used to. However, I feel like my records are a lot more better and they resonate more with people. And so I'm more proud in that sense. So balance too. That's what I say. Balance.
Well, amen.
Amen.
How do we say it? Gris? Well.
Yeah.
Well, I know your mom is so proud. Well done, Rena. What's your dad's name again?
Wayne.
Rena Wayne. Well done.
Yeah, my dad actually was very influential on me even getting involved, learning my first instrument, the flute. He told me, if you're going to pick this up now, you're going to play this all the way till college. So, and I did. So thanks, Dad.
I know. When my daughter was 7, she's now 26.
Let me ask you this.
Let me finish back. Excuse me. Why do I have to? So I was a lot like your parents. Why do I have to do this? I said, you'll just have to trust me. It's like math and science. You have to do it. And now they have no regrets. So I can see the same in you, that you lighten up when you talk about music. And so I applaud your parents for instilling that in you and giving you the opportunity. I'm sure they made sacrifices for you as well. So that is
absolutely
awesome. So just giving an applause to your parents as well.
Yay!
All right, Mac. Sorry about that.
Yeah. My question is, did you, when you legally changed your name to Koji?
Well, not yet. On the checks it still, says my other name, but Koji is what I prefer to be called by. And some people don't get it, but I've explained to them my reasoning for it, and after that they're kind of like, you know what, I respect that decision. I'm going to call you what you prefer to be called, because that's what makes me comfortable, and I respect other people's wishes and what they want me to address them by, or specifically even what gender they prefer, as it goes deeper into that, so yeah.
So that works for me.
It better.
Tell him, Koji.
Yeah. My reasoning definitely though for changing my name, I feel like my previous name was tied to a lot of depression and a lot of things that kind of made me feel or neglect myself, and I feel like the name change, me creating this alias, thus changed me into a different person all around. I feel like I'm a more stronger person. Koji has several meanings. It's actually a Japanese name, but and I was influenced by that because I used to live with a bunch of friends and they were Asian, and I was just influenced by their culture. And one day I was just like, I really want to create, an alias or something to go by that makes me feel more me. And I came across Koji on I think I was searching the web or something like that and just looking up different names. And Koji means child. It also means fungus, but it means, but it also means child or childlike, which if you know me, I'm very childlike, especially when it comes to music and stuff like that. And So yeah, Koji means childlike or child, and Kali is obviously California, because I'm a Cali native, but I just changed it to a K for the branding purposes. So yeah, Koji Kali. That's my name altogether. So child of California.
All right. Nice.
And it's so funny because she talks like, I moved into adulthood. I'm like, you're still a child though.
I'm 25. I'm 5 years from 30. I'm like, goodness. I'm shaking over here.
But that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Hold on to that youth when you get my age. I mean, when I was your age, it's like, I hate looking young for my age. I can't get a job. They think I'm too young. And now, like, okay.
Wish I was back then again.
Now I look old enough for everything.
Nah, you still look good, you know.
Well, thank you.
You know what they say. Crack.
That's right. You're looking great, darling. You really are.
Thank you so much.
So proud of you. I mean, you're about to say age as my daughter. So I'm always loving to see the next generation doing well.
Right.
Excited about what you're doing.
Well, thank
you. Koji, Wilfred Felix asked a question in the chat room. He says, how many draft per song to get to your end product per song average?
How many what?
What? I don't know.
He goes, how many draft per song to get to your end product per song average?
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. I would definitely say it depends on the record. I can tell you for Melancholy, my single that you guys are going to play, I think I have like over 10 drafts of that one, because it took me like over 6 months to produce that, because I just consider every single instrument and its importance, whether or not it's you can hear it or not. Like as a producer, it's different layers and stuff that add to the record. So consumers normally, they might not be able to like hear every single instrument, but I can be like, no, that's where I want a synth pad to be, even though it's not overpowering, it's just adding to it. And so I find myself often doing that, trying to continuously add and add and add. Sometimes I had to take away, so that's why I have so many drafts. I always say it's better to overproduce something than to underproduce, because then when it's over, you can always just take away and you know what I mean? So basically, yeah, I'd say Melancholy has like 12 drafts.
Now, let me ask you this. If you had to perform this with a group or something of that nature, play out an instrument, will it be easy for them to play, perform your instrumentation?
I like to think so. I don't think my music's too too complicated, because I'm not like a Berkeley musician or anything like that. I don't. But because I'm self-taught, I feel like especially when I make music for myself, I feel like I make music to accompany my vocal, and I think that's what I feel like that's what a lot of good producers that I studied, did as well. Quincy Jones, like he always accompanied music to the vocal. It wasn't ever his production outshining the vocal, and I feel like there has to be that balance. So I feel like musically with mine, I feel like musicians would have a pretty simple task at learning my stuff, and I think that they would enjoy it. I actually had a guitarist on Melancholy, because there was something that I couldn't necessarily do, and you have to remove your ego, and that's one thing I'm learning as I get older. I used to try and play like every instrument on my record, and now I'm learning, that doesn't always have to be the case. I can like play it, but then I can give it to somebody else who could take it a step further, and they could play it a lot better than I can. So and it's still my idea, but they play it in a way that's it's a different approach, and I feel like ultimately it helps your record, yeah.
The reason why I asked that, because most artists, and if they're doing everything, some of them make it kind of complicated for the next person to play it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think it takes a certain level of musicianship also, and those artists, I mean, they play it they create music in a way that they know how, and they find musicians who can, help attribute to that and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, again, if you go to Berkeley, you can probably find some musicians that can like play, they can play anything basically in front of them, because they're taught more or less like from a technical sort of aspect, so yeah.
And I think sometimes you can lose something when you get too technical. I didn't have any musical training, but when I decided to switch after my second year in college to music, and it was crazy for somebody like me because I didn't have any training, but long story short, I did it. But in the midst of studying music theory and analysis and all that stuff, I kind of got lost into it and almost went to an arrogant level, or let me get bitter, went to an arrogant level. Oh, that's not that, and that's not that, oh, da-da-da. And I said, I'm getting lost. Let me get to my roots, to my Motown and my jazz, and let me get back to what music was all about, appealing and healing people and all that. And, learning all that theory, different types of scales. So I said, give me my horn and then just let me play from my soul. And so I think you're right. And that's why so many people envy Kenny G. Oh, that's not jazz. I've heard him. Really, I said, actually, I wish I were him, because he played something simple and beautiful that affected people right where they were, and they paid for his music, and he's laughing all the way to the bank.
Absolutely, yes.
Well, I'm so glad you didn't get snobbish with it.
You all around these music professors, they kind of rub off on you.
Yeah, they get very snobbish,
Well, let me just say,
I'll admit it.
Yeah. No, let me just say though, I feel like, yes, technicality does get into the way of the creative, because I've met very, technical musicians, but they can't play anything outside of like sheet music, Yeah. And it's like, for the longest time, I struggled with the whole like, oh man, I'm just not technical enough. I might not be able to do this or that. I do have dreams of, eventually composing music for film, but I'm like, oh man, I have to be technically, knowledgeable of this and that. And, I've created some music in the past, and even now I just, recently created music for this documentary by this artist, Any Owl. And I didn't, this is my first time actually doing something like this. And I'm just like, wow, like I didn't have the technicality, but I did it. It's still like what I had in my mind still translated. And that's one thing I just want to mention to musicians who do not have the technicality. Don't get discouraged by those who do have it, because at the end of the day, you have something that's hard for them to obtain as well, which is something that comes naturally from you.
Right.
And I know me personally, I took music theory too, commercial music theory, and I actually failed that class because it just couldn't sit with me, couldn't resonate with me. But in the same regard, we had a project and I played some chords, and my teacher actually told me that those chords were like too complicated and I needed to dial it back. And I'm like, I was playing what was in my head, but I didn't know what key it was in. I can't tell you what chord it was specifically. I'm just playing what I feel like God is giving me.
During Aretha's, I remember they were saying that Aretha didn't read music at all.
Nope.
She didn't read at all. But she did go to Juilliard also. But,
She went in music?
In music.
Are you sure it was an honorary degree?
I don't know. I couldn't remember. It was honorary degree. I know she couldn't read the music. And everything like that. But she knew all the chord structures though.
Yeah.
The lick.
Right.
And that's cool. Because Michael Jackson couldn't read music either.
Yeah.
Many of them. So so you're right about that. So I had to sort of just get rid of all that theory stuff and just said, okay, just read. And some of the best songs have been two chords. I listened to a hit song. It was one chord, and I loved it. So and then I realized there is a talent to be able to do what you're doing and what Kenny G is doing. That is a talent, and people fail to if it doesn't have a bunch of 16ths and 30-second notes. No, when you can take a song and that appeals to people like that, like Songbird, oh my God, I would rather have that than to have a highly technical song that nobody can play or relate to.
Right.
I would really prefer that, because that's why I'm not a fan of contests. Like, I'm gonna go see if I can win, because I'm afraid of losing the real reason why I'm in the music. Right. And that's what being too technical can take you away from the real reason for music. So good for you. Don't let anybody take that from you.
Thank you so much.
When you're getting that Grammy, hey, come on.
I received that. Thank you.
I know. Amen.
All right. Well, cool. Well, I think it's time for us to
get into some music.
Yeah, let's get into some of it. In fact, I want to do the melancholy, but I'm actually play the video. So for those out there listening, be sure to pay attention to the screen. I'm going to do the video.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and why don't you tell us a little bit about it, Koji, before we actually get into it?
Absolutely. So basically, melancholy. The name itself is very self-explanatory, but basically I'm talking about what it's like to deal with depression and certain thoughts that come into play. And yeah, I think basically this song is basically talking about me overcoming, or still trying to overcome depression, because it's something I still fight with, but just, trying to show people that, sometimes your depression can be self-inflicted, and sometimes you have to look outside of yourself and hold on to things that can bring you out of that. And you'll see that I'm trying to defeat this depression with like a guitar. The guitars are acting as guns. It's my basic way of saying that I'm battling depression with my music. I'm using music to drive me and to, get me out of the dark, during those dark times. And that's basically it. Just a short.
Very nice. Okay. Well, all right. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get the video queued up, and we'll get that on so everybody enjoy. And then, of course, we'll come back. And for those of you, if you're just tuning in, our music guest today is Koji Kali. She is in the house, and she has some wonderful art for us to look at and hear. So I want you to check it out, and we'll be right back here on the Indie Live spot right here on the YouTube live stream. So keep it locked, and we'll be right back.
Self-inflicted melancholy, my heart's in wild. I can only take so much, tears dropping on the floor continuously. Ooh-wee. Buried in the traps of my mind, trying to escape the time. There's nothing I can do. Trying to keep going on with my life. These fake smiles, these fake ass lies. Oh yeah. Gotta find something in me to keep on fighting, no more hiding. Bang, bang, it's time to go away. It's been long enough. Bang, bang, I've let you take same. Come to realize that nobody knows where we go when the curtains close, yeah. Just us, blinded like the rays beaming down from the sky, yeah. Bang, bang, it's time to go away. It's been long enough. Bang, bang, I've let you take over. Can't be defeated. Roses fall above the petal after the rain falls down. Where will we go when the curtains close? Oh yeah. Go, go. Bang, bang, it's time to go away. It's been long enough. Bang, bang, I've let you take over. Can't be defeated. Bang, bang, it's time to go away. It's been long enough. Bang, bang, I've let you take over. Can't be defeated.
All right.
We are back. Okay. Yeah, that was cool.
Love it.
Well, Gris and I were raving about the effects of the dancer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What it represents.
So the dancer basically represents my depression. She's dancing around me. She's always there, even when I don't want her to be. And yeah, that's why I had her dressed in all black, because black represents, sadness. Even though it's actually one of my favorite colors, because I like to wear it.
Mine too.
Mine
Yeah, but black, actually, yeah, it's supposed to be like a sadness, a sort of, and I have her dancing gracefully. It's supposed to be like a beautiful sadness, which is what melancholy basically means. Yeah, so I thought it would be beautiful to have her dancing, but in the same sense, it's kind of like she's taunting me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. When
And the majority of it, where you were on the beach, which beach is that you're filming at?
We filmed at Venice Beach.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Because from the very moment the dancer came on, it was very effective. I went, oh, okay. And I like shooting it down with the guitar, like you said earlier.
Right.
It was coming against depression with music.
Right.
So I could see all the symbolisms and everything in there. That was great. Now, who choreographed it?
I guess you can say, well, as far as her dancing, or like, what do you mean?
The whole entire video process. I guess I should say choreograph the dancing and producing the video.
Okay, as far as the video, I came up with the concept of it, and I got together with the cinematographer. Her name is Phoebe Vale, but she goes by Death Grape. That's her production company. And also, Annie Owl, she helped as well kind of orchestrate the, beginning and end process to the video. So I had women around me, helping contribute to this. And that's what I really love about this video as well, is that it was all women working on this to make this, what it was. And just to show that women in film, we're also, bosses, as well as in music. We don't normally get these opportunities to really showcase things, because, it's very male driven, this industry. And so I just made it, I wanted to have women involved in this project, just, so it meant a lot more to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. And one thing I wanted to just kind of ask real quick, because I noticed that because I'm actually monitoring everything that's going on. And that was the first time we ever played a video over on our stream. But I noticed that YouTube, for some reason right now, the stream percentage or whatever that allows this thing to stream, I'm showing like if there's a red right now. Like it's, I mean, it still works, but it may be some lag in it. So I was just curious of those who were watching, did the video, was it any eruptions while you were watching it, or did it look like it was stalling or anything?
Yeah, it was stalling.
Mine did a little bit. It was like
mine too.
About a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
I think engineers call it latency or something.
Yeah, it's definitely latency.
Yeah.
Learning too, by the way.
Yeah, but at least the music kept going. But I just wanted to try that, try the videos. So sometimes, like I said, when YouTube have their little issues, that it does cause things like that. So just to kind of put that out there for you. But for those who want to see the actual video again, but in a smooth transition, tell Koji, tell them what's the name of your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so if you just type in Koji Kali, it should Koji Kali Melancholy. It should pop up.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it'll lead you to. I also just released a behind the scenes video of that music video, just so everyone can see the process behind it.
Right.
So once you type in my channel, everything else should pop up.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay, cool.
Awesome. Very good. Very good.
All right, behind the scenes.
Those are the best though. Behind the
Sound like Showtime. Behind the scenes.
Nah, I'm independent. I'm not, trying to. That's one thing too. A lot of people fall victim into trying to, portray the sort of lifestyle and stuff like that. I still haven't, quote unquote, made it whatever anyone's ideal perception of that is. I'm doing everything independently, and I don't have a big label backing me. I don't have investors in these projects. I invest into my own projects, and I feel like ultimately that's helping me become a
Well, some Koji is like this. Sometimes it's better for you to back your own project instead of getting somebody else to back you, for the simple reason they're gonna tell you, well, this is what should be done, this is what we need to do, this and that. Quote, trying to take over your project.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah, and see, I was able to, do everything the way that I wanted to, the way you want it. Yeah, so.
Exactly. I'm trying to remember the name of the artist that won 4 Grammys as an independent artist. Who was
it? Was it Chance the Rapper?
That's it, Chance the Rapper. I admired that about him. Chance the Rapper, 4 Grammys, y'all. Independent artist.
Yeah.
So it's done.
Yeah, after I saw that, I was just like, anything's definitely possible. You don't have to have the support of a label. If you come and your music is very distinctive and unique, and you can capture, enough of an audience, I feel like anything's possible. Yeah.
And I just subscribe to your channel, and I encourage everybody else to support her, to go to YouTube and subscribe to her channel as well. Let's encourage this young lady.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now while we're at it, I want to go into another track, but this time I'm going to play the actual track. Tell us about the one, because I was just like, wow, she just blew my head clean off of my body when I heard this track, because I like it. It was really cool. But Back Against the Door, tell me about that, because it was really cool. I like the rhythmitation of how it moves. It's got that kind of
yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I can definitely say I feel like I think I was kind of inspired by, Neil's soul a lot in that. And also I wanted the instrumentation I used was a lot of what, producers use now in like hip hop and stuff like that. I wanted to be relevant, but still kind of nostalgic in a sense, take you back to like, because when I've shown people this, they're like, oh, this sounds like Erykah Badu would sing on this or something, you know. And actually that wasn't what I was going for. I was going for the complete opposite. But I mean, people, you know, receive it in ways that they can. And yeah, I was just basically talking about, you know, like a past relationship, and you know how things go, like when you break up with someone and you're not necessarily sure, you know, why things went the way that they did. And it's like, you know, my back, I'm between like a rock and a hard place. My back's against the door. I don't know what you want from me. And, you know, just, yeah, the lyrics are pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, just relationship stuff. Everyone sings about it. And yeah, I kind of wanted to make it kind of more like new wave with the synths, and I wanted to have like an odd sort of drum pattern to accompany it. I don't know, just to be different. And I just really put what was on my mind. I think I just got through from listening to like, okay, I don't know if you guys have heard of this group called Rat-a-tat, but I think this is what that like reminds me of also. There's this like British group called Rat-a-tat, and just the groove of their stuff. They have like the groovy drum track accompanied with like a bunch of synths and stuff. It's like just so weird, like, and I just wanted to do something, you know, kind of similar to that. So
well, I think it was really, really off the chain. It's really cool. And in fact, I know the first time when I listened to it, I was like, oh boy, I see where she's going. And then when it went, I had to play it again because I got so wrapped into the whole groove of it. It was just like, oh man, I'm not done. I need to hear it more. So let's let our listeners check that out, and then of course we'll be right back. So stay tuned here. This is I'm sorry. Back Against the Door. So
Back Against the Door.
Yes. So check it out. We'll be right back. Come back and talk some more with our guest Koji Kali right here on the Indie Live Spot.
Baby, I'm in love with you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Got my back against the door. Can you see me? Come save me. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Got my back against the door. Can you see me? Come save me. Should've seen it coming, but it's too late. It's too late. Ever since he said that shit, it's been on replay, on replay. Sleepless nights laid up in the bed, faded off the dome, I'm already dead. Thinking about the way it hurts, I don't wanna feel any more disconnect. Questions unanswered, yeah, never gonna get that confirmation. If you try to come back, the train has left the station. Patience hasn't got you too far, I see. Chasing after fuck girls, how lovely. I put it out there, baby, but you wouldn't take it. You couldn't take it, no. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Got my back against the door. Can you see me? Come save me. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Got my back against the door. Can you see me? Come save me. Why you gotta be so insecure, oh baby? Guess that pretty ass face ain't got you nowhere, oh lady. Every time you look up in the mirror, you don't see a pretty girl, you see reality. And the reality of it is you can't accept love, fucked up mentality. Questions unanswered, yeah, never gonna get that confirmation. If you try to come back, the train has left the station. Patience hasn't got you too far, I see. Chasing after fuck girls, how lovely. Put it out there, baby, but you wouldn't take it. You couldn't take it, no. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Got my back against the door. Can you see me? Come save me. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Got my back against 2, 3, and 4. Got my back against the door. Can you see me? Come save me. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Got my back against the door. Can you see me? Save me.
As you breathe, and the way that you live like you don't believe in yourself. See, don't let the words that people say be a hurdle in your way. You're a dreamer, and darling, it's okay. Perfectly, undoubtedly able to work hard and get to wherever you want to. See, don't let the fear of failing hold you back. Be sure to stay on track. You're a dreamer, and darling, it's okay. Let the words that people say be a hurdle in your way. You're a dreamer, and darling, it's okay.
We've been together for a year now. You be tripping out every night I'm going out. You suffocating me and I can't breathe. Indian giver got so many strings. You flaunt me, you tell me you can't live with or without me. Here's my phone, my passcode. Ain't shit in there for you to see. You're just B minor. I like to play A major. You ain't fine, China, but I like you, don't love you. Might catch you, keep coming at me sideways, sideways. Keep coming at me sideways, sideways. You gon' catch this energy sideways, sideways. Keep coming at me. My phone up way too much now, asking where I be at. Need you to relax. You need to chill with all that jealousy, draining me of all my energy. You flaunt me, you told me you can't live with or without me. Here's my phone, my passcode. Ain't shit in there for you to see. To play A major. You ain't fine, China, but I like you, don't love you. Might catch you, keep coming at me sideways, sideways. Keep coming at me sideways. Sideways. You gon' catch this energy. Sideways, sideways. Keep coming at me. I push you pull. Pull you push. Talking about I need some space from you. I need some time with you. I don't know what I want with you. Keep coming at me sideways, sideways. Keep coming at me sideways, sideways. You gon' catch this energy. Sideways, sideways. Keep coming at me
All right, yes, that was Sideways, and that one right there, that's another production from our music guest, Koji Kali, and it was featuring the young man Andrew Bensley. And before that, we played another selection, which was very, very nice. It was by Any Owl. Dreamers, that was another one that we just played as well. And I tell you, Koji, you are really multifaceted on this music. You're just doing
You're
it.
right, girl.
You're doing it, girl.
Totally rock.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
Very, very nice.
thank you so much.
Yeah, why don't you tell us about the music, these particular tracks here that we played for our audience?
So, Dreamers by Any Owl. So basically, Any Owl's a folk singer songwriter. She's from the UK, and she basically just released a documentary which got accepted into the Long Beach Film Festival, which is happening this Sunday.
Nice.
And
Awesome.
basically the documentary is following her and her journey as an independent musician, going around and traveling with next to minimal spending money. So she's literally like going to these shows and depending on that money to get her to the next place and the next place. And
Wow.
I just thought her story was so inspiring. I was like, I really wanted to have a piece of the project because it's such a beautiful and inspiring. Her story inspired me, and it's just like, and I hope it will inspire a lot of other artists to, just go on tour. It doesn't matter how many followers you have or how famous you are. You can still go on tour and meet people, and they'll become life followers of your journey. And I'm definitely a life follower of her journey. And so, yeah, we got together, and she had this song already written, and I was just like, can I add to it and add to the greatness that was already there. And so she gave me that opportunity, and now it's going to be played at the Long Beach Film Festival on Sunday.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, and if you want to follow her music, just type in Any Owl, ENNY Owl. Her name is really cool because she really loves owls, and that's why she created that name. That's her alias, if you will. And it was really just such a pleasure working with her. She's also my best friend. And then for the next song, Sideways, I worked with this artist. His name is Andrew Bensley. I met him through a friend because we were recording at the LA Film School. And I met him one day, and they were like, oh, let's, do a session. And I had started creating. I came up with a melody, then I gave it to the producer that was there so they could start writing. And then as they were writing, I started putting the drums and adding elements to it. And it just spiraled into this record here, we wanted to make it very radio friendly, very pop friendly. So, and we thought it'd be a good contrast to have, someone who's like a pop singer over like more or less like an urban record. So, yeah, it was really cool to have him feature on this song. And the reason why it's Koji Kali featuring him, I'm trying to basically make my way in as a producer. I don't know if you all have heard of like Diplo or Skrillex, but normally when they create music for artists, it's normally their name featuring the artist, because the production as a producer, they act as an artist as well. And that's kind of my general goal, to be established like that. So yeah, those are the two records.
Kind of like a la Quincy Jones type thing.
Does Quincy Jones do Quincy featuring?
Yeah, I remember he had where there was an album that featured all these artists on that album that he produced.
Oh, okay. Well, then yes.
I'm back on the block.
Yep.
Yeah, years ago he was doing that. I can't even remember the artist. You remember the one we had several
that had like Patty Austin. Had James Ingram.
Yes.
And I think even Michael was on that one. I think.
Yeah. And what was the guy? He's from Dallas. He became real popular.
Kevin Campbell.
What is it?
Tevin.
Yeah. Yes, he was on it. He did several. And the love song Barry White.
Yeah, thanks, Rena. She put in there Barry White. Yes.
Yeah, Barry White. So it is. So
he wasn't actually from Dallas. He's from Lancaster.
That's
Dallas County, huh? Yeah. Dallas County.
Yes.
Lancaster. You said Dallas instead of Lancaster. It's Lancaster.
Okay.
Now she stands corrected.
Everybody want to say they from Dallas, they from Lancaster, DeSoto, or something like that, or Cedar Hills.
That's true. I say Dallas because all these cities are satellite cities of Dallas. It's the metro, Dallas Metro. Right. And it's okay to say that. It's just a lot easier if you want to spend 30 minutes explaining where it is.
It's just like a lot of folks always talking about, I'm from Dallas, you from East Texas.
Well, that's a stretch.
They look so funny when you say that. Well, that's where they're from. Tyler, New Boston or something like that.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. I'm looking, your friend Any Owl, your BFF, it's the Naked Heart tour?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I'm on her website.
Naked Heart tour documentary, yep.
Okay. Oh, that is so exciting. So amazing to see that.
Yeah, she's definitely on her way. She's doing really, really big things. So
cool.
Thank you.
I just subscribed to hers. It's not much. My little support. Because you ladies are going somewhere. Just don't forget us little people.
Absolutely. No, you guys are, I think you guys are actually the first people that ever interviewed me the first time too. So I definitely won't forget my.
But thanks for giving us the honor of doing that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
My pleasure.
Yes, indeed.
And Joyce, don't forget your usual don't forget to help a sister out.
Help a sister out.
That's what she always says, and it cracks me up.
Wait, who?
Joyce says that.
Oh,
okay. I'm sorry. I was
you're like, don't forget to help a sister out. It's usually what you say.
Help us what? Oh, help a sister.
Don't forget to help a sister out.
I do. I say that. She's right. That's
nice.
Well, good. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Koji, so what else do you have planned for the rest of the year? I know it's not very much of the year left. We're going to be at 19 pretty soon, but.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Wow.
You said that's so dry. Yeah, I know.
You got some other exciting things.
When you said that.
Quit teasing me, Mac. You've been talking a lot today.
Stay on him. Stay on him.
She said that. She said, yeah, I know. She said it's so dry.
What, do you want me to sing it for you? I can do that. Yeah, I know. You play too much. No, so basically for the rest of the year, I'm trying to release like 2 projects, and I want to accompany them with visuals. I'm going to see how that goes. But another issue that I deal with as a producer is certain artists, they don't want to release the material that they work on. And it's like, you know, these 2 projects are basically my, you know, it's again Koji Kali featuring the artist. So these are kind of acting more or less as my projects. But people tend to not want to release things out of, I don't know if it's out of fear, out of it being, you know, too different than what they're used to doing. So I'm just really been battling with that. And so idealistically, I do have 2 other singles that I want to release with these other artists. So hopefully that can happen before the end of the year. Also, I'm going to be working on a documentary for myself, basically following me around, you know, just working with different artists and just showing, I want to be really honest in this documentary. Basically, you know, show people a side of myself that I don't normally get to showcase. And again, it's out of fear. A lot of times out of fear because, you know, I have a lot of older family members, you know, who are used to seeing me one way. And it's like, you know, I've grown up. There's a lot of different things in my life that have changed. And I feel if it's anything in the world that you owe a person, is definitely honesty. And I don't feel like I can be honest. And that's why I'm like, in this documentary, I'm not going to hold back. So there's going to be things that some people don't want to see, and that's on them, you know, but I can't suppress who I am for the comfortability of others. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking to come out with a documentary and hopefully an EP between now and like the middle of next year. So yeah.
Well, very nice. We'll definitely be looking out for that. And yeah, definitely. So I tell you what, before anything else, let's why don't you give our listeners some plugs as far as where they can follow you and get your music and all that kind of good stuff. Just kind of, you know, being
yes. Yeah. Sure, absolutely. If you're on Instagram at all, you can follow me at Koji_Kali. And that's the same for my Twitter and my SoundCloud. So it's soundcloud.com/Koji_Kali. And with my music, yeah, just type in Koji Kali and a few of the records that I've posted should, you know, come up. I have it all across every digital streaming platform you can think of. And yeah, I think that's pretty much so the basis of everything. So yeah, Koji_Kali for all social media.
You missed one. You didn't have it on Periscope, right?
Actually, I have a Periscope, but I don't use it. I don't even know what my name is on there. I don't really use it. I don't consider that as like a social media though. That's you can, you know. Now Instagram goes live too, so I don't really kind of see a need for that.
Yes.
But yeah, that's basically it.
Awesome. Very good.
Cool.
Anybody else got anything they want to ask our guest?
Yeah, any questions or anything?
Yes. You said you're on Twitter, and I'm trying to follow you everywhere. It underscore?
Yeah, Koji_Kali, Kali.
J-I underscore K-O and the K-A-L-I. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, here it is. I found you, girl.
Awesome.
Success is the descendant of destiny. Yeah, that's you.
Actually, that might be an older page. I have a few Twitter pages. I'm like, ooh.
I'm really not going to talk about you because I have so many Facebook pages.
Yeah, that might be one of them. I don't know if that's the correct one. I put my handle in the chat for everyone else too, by the way.
Okay. All right, that'll work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if I have a question, but just again to encourage you to keep on going, to keep doing exactly what you're doing. I remember somebody told me years ago, about 20-something years ago, if you keep swinging at that bat, you will hit it eventually. So what that told me, I know you're missing, but it's okay, keep swinging, you will get it. But I think you're doing great. And, I believe that you are successful already. And other things will manifest afterwards, but you're already successful and that you are doing it. You haven't quit. So, and I love your music. I love what you're doing. So I'm just encouraging you to keep on keeping on.
Thank you so much.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. That's what it's all about. Persistence. Absolutely.
Yes. And to hear you talk about your honesty, so your documentary is going to be honest. I appreciate you for being honest, because many people will ask independent artists, the ones that are thinking about it, and sometimes I want to just be honest, and I'm afraid how honest do I be with them if they haven't seen any of the grind of the business.
Right.
If they're fresh off the block, well, I want to do what you're doing. And I want to tell them how many hours I spend. Sometimes, Gary, we go to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking into some sunblock curtains for my bedroom, because when the sun comes up, I can't sleep.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So do we, maybe that's something you can share. How much do you share with people that have that has no experience in the grind? So it's easy for me to share with you, with Gary, and Gris and Mac, because you got some experience. But people who have no idea, how much do you tell them up front? Do you treat them like a newborn baby? You don't give them steak, you give them a little bit of milk until they can. Or if you tell them too much, you may have discouraged somebody from doing something. Because if somebody had told me how much work it would be to major in music, I probably would not have done it. But since I was already in it, I said I might as well just push through and push through and push through. So that's one of the things. Do you deal with how much honesty do you give to the people? So you want to be honest, but how honest can you be? Because you don't want to discourage anyone at the same time.
See, well, here's my thing too. When I said I want to be honest in my documentary, I definitely want to obviously talk about my music, but I want to get personal as well. Dealing with certain things in my life that I've been afraid to express with family and stuff like that. So it's also a very personal thing, in which that takes a lot of strength to be able to do that, because not everyone's gonna, agree with certain things that you do, or know who you are as a person. And so I feel like that definitely goes into it. With that, I'm gonna be honest and straightforward, because that's who I'm gonna present myself to the world as. I feel like a lot of people tend to live or put themselves on pedestals, unnecessary pedestals, and they feel like they have to live up to, a certain persona. And I just figure, why don't I just be honest from Jump Street? If I do things like this, or, if I curse a lot, or, whatever the case, I shouldn't have to suppress, who I am, as a person, not condoning any sort of behavior, but just showing, who I am, and just being honest from the Jump Street. And I've been watching a lot of, documentaries to kind of study how people, go about doing that. And honestly, my thing is, I feel like my honesty can encourage other artists to keep on pursuing their craft and just continue being themselves, because I feel like art initially is who you are as a person first, and then the art comes second, so I just want to be honest. I don't want to put myself on any pedestals. I'm not perfect at all, and
nobody is.
I want the world to know that.
Exactly. Perfection is overrated anyway.
It is.
People are they're kind of quirky. You know, they cannot they just can't sometimes just can't accept you the way a person is or what you say. You know something? I don't even care.
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
I'm shocked.
Ain't nothing to be shocked about. I don't care. You know?
Excuse you, that was sarcasm.
Yeah, that's a good.
You know,
that's a
I
good
put it like this.
have.
They don't pay no bills.
Right.
They ain't put no money in my pocket.
Right.
And Hold on, stop, G.
I love that, G.
Don't care about what people think. Don't even care about it. So,
I feel you, Mac.
You know, I'm serious.
I feel you, man. I definitely feel you.
Ray's documentary. I don't care.
If I'm gonna be a heathen, I'm gonna be a heathen.
Ray-a-luya. Ray-a-luya.
Ray-a-luya.
Don't care.
Oh my gosh, no, I agree with him. I do definitely agree. You know, that's one thing I had to teach myself too. As I get older, it's like you're not fueling me in any sort of way. How do people go outside of themselves telling other people how to live their lives or how to present themselves? That's basically, you know
something. How they gonna sit there and tell you how to live yours and they ain't live theirs?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
You
So
know
don't worry about what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. Right. You know,
right.
If you're not uplifting me or encouraging me, your input is not needed. So,
you know, they want to put all that guilt trip back on you. See,
right?
You know, that ain't right at all.
I think that what people do, and some with good intent and not good intent, they look at you and they said, "Oh, I have a box for you, and you know, and I've made it this size, and I need you to get in there because I think that this is best for you." And when I tell them the box is too small and I'm not getting in there, all right, and then they get angry with you. You know, oh, you made a box for me. You are not my creator.
Right.
Look at if they try to put me in the box, I say, well, okay, then make sure you got a box full of money, and I might get in there then.
No.
Oh my God.
I'll get in there then, a box full of money.
Henry's got some stuff for you, Mac. He said, "Don't tell Ray how to attack a cheeseburger."
Well, did you see the one that Will McNeil said earlier? It was, spandex don't have pocket.
Right.
I love that one. Oh my God. Eating a napkin while eating the cheeseburger.
I don't care. Be yourself. That old saying, be yourself or be by yourself.
Right.
That's how it should be.
There we go.
That's right.
I think the old saying was, "I can do bad all by myself," isn't it?
No, you can say it. You can say that one way, but you can be yourself or be by yourself also. You know,
but
because
you know,
if you being yourself, you know, and nobody don't like you, hell, you don't need them no way. So you might just go ahead and be by yourself.
You don't want to be by yourself. You just need to have the right people around you.
But that's true too. But you know,
and don't be afraid to cut out those who don't. You know, they're not encouraged to your goals. And you're gonna learn. I've done that all my life. You know, I'm like, okay, got to part ways. This is not working. Let's go separate ways. You're gonna add. And some people just.
She couldn't get out.
A season. She what? She did what?
No, I'm saying you were saying you froze. You couldn't get that one part out. You just froze up.
Oh, I okay. Well, not that. It'll be all right. Okay. But I don't think anybody asked you which artists were influenced you. A-list artists, major label artists influenced you in your 26 years, other than your mom?
25 years. You putting another year on me. I don't know.
No, don't make me old. 25, 26 is a big difference.
Right. That's really tough, actually. Well, first and foremost, before I even dove into like the singing realm of music, well, I started singing technically when I was like 3, but that's because I was influenced by my mother first and foremost. Thank you, mommy.
Yeah.
Also, I guess I'm really inspired by Lauryn Hill. One of my favorite bands is The Police. So I think I channeled them also into my music. Let me see.
And what's that?
I like Michael Jackson, definitely.
Right. And you and your sister on that one.
Oh yeah, my sister loves Michael. She loves him some Michael.
What's and then that you love?
I absolutely love and adore Janelle Monáe. Is really, really awesome. Really, really awesome. I love what she's doing. Yeah, she's one that lives outside of the box, and she's definitely been heavily influential in my life and me transitioning as a person, and evolving. Her music's done that for me. And Amy Winehouse, God rest her soul. I love Amy Winehouse. She had a beautiful sadness about her music, and she was just very real. And I think she's influenced me to just, everything's not always glitz and glam all the time. It's not always great, and she told that and she expressed that. If she was pissed off, then she would let everybody know that she's pissed off.
That she was pissed off.
So,
it's just a crying shame, they've achieved, certain amount of fame and stuff like that, sadness in their music. The next thing you know, they commit suicide or something.
Right.
Well, that's a tough way to go.
It is. She was going through a lot, but and a lot of people talk about her and her substance abuse. I'm not saying that I condone or anything like that, but for what she went through, I understand why she felt that was all she can turn to. I wish she had somebody else that was there that could help her, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. But it doesn't change my view on her as a person at all.
No, that's true too. I understand that, but you just think all the trials and tribulations that they go through. It tells me it's kind of weak. They're kind of weak-minded on things. They just let everything get to them.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, y'all, and excuse me. My mother's in the chat room. Definitely Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
Okay? Yeah, I love Stevie Wonder. Yes, his musicality is everything. I'm sorry, I forgot about Stevie. He's great. He's absolutely great at what he does. His music also comes from a very honest place, and the way that man talked about love is like, oh my gosh, beautiful. He wasn't degrading to women. He talked about women as if they were like we're some sort of prized possession, and I just really love his love for women and just his art and just everything. So definitely Stevie too.
Back in the day when the lyrics were true love songs.
Right.
There are lust songs now, but that's okay.
Exactly.
You listen to it and you go, oh. And my son, who's 19, he Bluetooth his music into my in my car, and I heard the lyrics and I looked at him. He said, "Sorry, Mom."
Yeah, that's the case with a lot of music today. You kind of have to apologize to your parents. It's like beforehand, at least, see, even like Marvin Gaye's like Sexual Healing, that record, when I heard that when I was a kid, I didn't know that that's what he was talking about. Nowadays, you know what they're talking about because they say it in plain sight, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, I think back in the day, music was more discreet, and you really had to dig into the lyrics and find a deeper understanding of everything. So
when we was coming up, most of that like sexual healing and all that, and I can't think. There's a lot of them just in my head.
Jones.
But they just I always call them that baby making music.
yeah, like music.
Yeah.
And we see how Mac got down.
And then music.
Nice. Yeah, music was great.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. One more note. As far as producers go, definitely Pharrell, Rick Rubin, Quincy Jones, top 3, right there.
All good ones too.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Quincy's still going.
Oh yeah, he's like 89. He's chilling. He has like 79 Grammy noms. He's good.
Right.
I didn't know till I think it was years ago. I found out he was a trumpet player. Quincy was a trumpet.
Yeah. I think I remember hearing something about him, playing horns. But it's funny that he ended up going into like arrangement and like his work with like Frank Sinatra and like Billy. I think he worked with Billie Holiday and like the likes of those people, Sarah Vaughan and stuff like that. And it's just crazy to think he was around during that time, and then he.
I know, during the era of Rat Pack, kind of. Swing and all that with those guys.
Yeah, and he just
he played the trumpet and around Seattle. Yeah, around Seattle. That's where he's actually from, right in that area.
Oh,
Seattle.
okay, Seattle. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Looks like there's another question in the chat.
Wilfred, for you.
Yeah, go ahead, Gris.
No, she's reading it right now. Right, so there what? I heard
up your eyes. Get you some glasses, girl.
I know that. My mom's been telling me that for a long time, yeah.
Read it out loud because all the listeners are not in the chat.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
So Wilfred Freelix. I heard you talk about depression. Do you correlate your relationships to your songwriting complexion and experiences? My relationships to my songwriting, and yeah, I guess I would definitely say my relationships have definitely helped fuel some of the records that I've written, and yeah, definitely experiences I gather from the experiences that I go through in life. That, or I've even written something through the eyes of like someone else. Just hearing them talk about their story, I get influenced to write, about other people's experiences as well. So I think it's really a mixture of both. Ultimately, I hope that answered your question.
Even though Marvin Gaye did the same thing. What's going on in the world. And mercy things. Yeah, mercy things that what they used to be.
Right. Yeah.
He added on a little bit more. He says, meaning your energy, direction, mood, or true to life.
Are you so deep, Wilfred?
I mean, yeah, definitely my moods, how I'm feeling that day too, definitely attributes to
when you do their songwriting.
Yeah, my songwriting and, the music itself, the instrumentals. If I'm angry, I think, you'll be able to tell just by listening to the instrumental. Yeah, and true to life. I don't understand that part. But just basically know that, yes, I do write from my experiences and definitely my moods. As women, I feel like we're definitely more in tune with our emotions, so it definitely helps in the writing process. It did? Okay, yeah. Thank you, Wilfred.
Yeah. That's great. Thanks, Wilfred.
Brother out there.
Yeah.
Another amazing musician and songwriter, producer. I'm talking
guitarist, yeah,
out of this world.
Nice.
He is awesome.
He's the other ninja.
Yeah, he's the other ninja.
Yeah. Who's that said awesome? Sound like Oprah Winfrey then.
What?
Who's that said awesome? Sound like Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey?
I think that was me.
Oprah. Was that you, Grizz?
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I said awesome.
No, but the way
I
you
never
said it.
understand what you're talking about. Like you.
That must have been a conversation that was 5 minutes ago. We forgot.
No, that was just said.
Yeah, we done moved on. What you?
We'll have to go back and listen. I don't remember.
I don't either.
No, that was just a couple of minutes ago when we was talking about Wilford.
No, okay.
And he butchered the name Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah. Awful.
Lord help you.
Never a dull moment. I know you guys missed Mac last Saturday.
Everybody in the chat room saying, what?
Rena goes, what? Are you talking about?
Dang, Henry is on you.
Ray's memory.
Henry stays on me. He stays on me.
The cheeseburgers are getting in the way.
That's crazy.
Sometimes it turns into the Mac roast.
But I tell you, it was a restaurant down in Tyler, Texas.
She was going to answer a question, Ray. You interrupted Koji.
Oh, I was just thinking about that Cajun food down there. Man.
Okay, it's not about you. It's about Koji. Go ahead and answer.
I wanted to say that about that Cajun down there. It was so good. Henry, wish you'd have been there. Go ahead.
All right, so David McLaurin, hey buddy, thank you for asking the question. How many instruments do you play? At a proficient level, I play 7. I dabble in 7. Yeah.
Wow.
Very
that's still that's a lot.
Very
that is 7. I can't even play barely 1. Just 7. Wow. See, I wish I was more inclined with the instruments, but I'm not. But
you know what?
Never too late to learn.
That's what I was about to say. I think it's not there might be some natural ability, but even if you don't, because I didn't have any natural ability to music, but I put the hours in. And I think even with somebody with a natural ability, they still have hours in. Somebody who doesn't have it can put the hours in and supersede and go far. So I think it has a lot to do with how much time and consistency you put on an instrument. So at any age, I think that you can learn an instrument. There's a guy who inboxed me. He's probably 50s or 60s, and he's just learning to play the sax. So he'll inbox me a video, and I just love what he's doing. He said, look what I've done in 3 months. So I just think you can do it, Gris. Consistency, putting the time in. Pick an instrument, learn it, girl. Go for it.
I think so too. I second that.
Well, if I had the money to get the instrument, I'd get it, but I don't. And plus, I don't have the room in this little hellhole that I'm living in. So
get a cheap keyboard at the pawn shop.
No, but I still don't have the room for it. There's no space here.
Some small ones.
No, I wouldn't want a small one because no. I want something like that, full-size keyboard.
Yeah, 88 keys or nothing. I hear you.
I got 2 guitars sitting up in this house, and I need to learn how to play them.
Play it, man. Go for it.
I got 2 of them.
The problem is that playing guitar, I played for 3 months, and I was in a guitar class, and and my fingers were it was terrible, and I stopped playing. When I came back, I lost the calluses, and I said, "Oh, forget that."
Yeah, them calluses.
Say it again.
I said, yeah, those calluses. Once you build them up and you stop playing, it's kind of it's really hard to like get back into it. It hurts. I'm still battling with that myself. I don't play the guitar as much as I used to, but repetition, you gotta do it as often as you can, and it'll help build up those calluses and make it easier for you.
Right, and you have to do it for longer than 3 months.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I was too focused on too many other things, the flute and the saxophone. So I said, okay, I'm going to let you go. And I was in instrumental music education, which meant I had to touch all the instruments. I had to touch the trombone. And I say touch because I really didn't learn it. I couldn't pick it up and play to save my life right now.
But so I guess if you're playing the guitar, getting the calluses on your finger, you get you some corn huskers. That'll soften up them calluses.
I don't want to soften them up. You want them hard so you can play without pain.
Well, you can still be able to play. You're going to have the callus there. It won't. It just basically just soften your hands up. With the calluses.
Okay. All right. That's okay. I'm going to leave it. If I have to go back and learn an instrument, keyboard, start from where I left off. But I don't think I will go to the guitar. It's just too painful, y'all.
Yeah, my fingertips my hands anyway, they're just super sensitive. So there's no way I can play the guitar. I'd love to, but no. It would literally slice my fingers into shreds.
Lord V.
Yeah.
Okay.
Attack shoe. Sure.
Since we
Gary speaking.
Yeah. I can't get a word in edgewise. Who is that? No.
It's you today, Gary. It's you today.
What I want to do.
It's mocking you, actually.
I know who you mocking.
Since we just got a few more minutes left, what I want to do, I'm going to play the video of the behind the scenes and then come back and we'll wrap it up. All right? Does that sound cool?
Sounds good.
All right. So
good plan.
You're the boss.
Check that out and then we'll come right back and finish up. Check this out. Hopefully I just want to kind of test to see if it's going to the stream will play the video fine this time around. So we'll be right back. Keep it locked right here.
Oh, that's cool.
It up before you start singing. So I think you should.
So this will be during the.
Suppression, self-inflicted melancholy. My heart's in wild.
And it goes reverse back up into your hand.
Holy shit, that was so cool.
Here we go. Roses. Wait, we should probably play the song.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Oh, we did. Roses fall off. Fuck, I have 1%.
Fuck, right.
Shit. Holy shit. Oh.
You're gonna get some good shots today.
Yeah. Singing now, like look at that pad. That shit's like amazing.
I can only take so much. Tears dropping on the floor continuously. Ooh-wee. Buried in the traps of my mind, trying to escape the time. There's nothing I can do. Trying to keep going on with my life. These fake smiles, these fake ass lies. Oh yeah, gotta find something in me to keep on fighting. No more hiding. Bang bang, it's time to go away.
My name is Phoebe. Can we go in a circle? Can we? Okay.
Okay.
My name's Phoebe. I like Fish Food Ice Cream by Jen and Ben and Jerry's. I can't say Ben and Jerry's. And I am filming. How about
yes.
you?
I'm Catherine. I'm the official balloon wrangler, as I was told in the car, and I'm very excited. I will not let you guys down until I do.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm Shay, and I'm here just because I want to be, and for the vibe and the support and for whatever she needs. So.
I'm Alejandro. I met Koji in a previous project, and she saw me dance, so hopefully I'm here to dance. And
a little bit.
Got it.
I'm Ash. Koji's my homie, and I was like, "You need me to do anything? Because when you do something, I'm gonna be like supportive of you as much as possible." She's like, "Yeah, come through." I was like, "All right, come here." I'm Amber. I've known Koji for a while from Palmdale, but I'm here to dance and express it.
Hi, I'm Yala. Everyone. I met Koji at a Janelle Monáe concert, and I'm extremely obsessed with Janelle. So yeah, that's me.
Hi everybody, I'm Novon. I'm Yala's cousin. I'm just meeting Koji, so she's dope and bomb already.
Cool. Who are you guys?
I'm Lauren. I'm here just for everybody. This is exciting. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Hi, I'm Law. I've known Koji maybe since I was 19. Yeah, I've known her for a while.
I'm Koji, everyone, and this is my music video shoot, and hopefully...
This is your first music?
This is my first one. I'm fucking nervous as shit, but...
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much.
Yay! Let's shoot a video!
Let's shoot a video! Okay, so I'm thinking there's a little path over here, alongside the beach. We just really have to watch out for all the scooters and the bikers. I'm thinking we could film these scenes over there.
Maybe I'm gonna have her trailing in the back of us while we're walking, because it's gonna be hard for her to hear, you know.
Okay. Yeah, you know, it would be dope if she was like dancing behind you guys.
My heart's in wild. I can only take so much.
You guys kind of like eat and jam with it, like put some energy in it. Action!
These fake ass lies, oh yeah. Gotta find something in me to keep on fighting, no more hiding. Bang, bang, it's time to go away. It's been long enough. Bang, bang, I've let you take over. Can't be defeated.
These are some more extras we have. What's your name?
Treble.
And are you camera shy?
Yeah.
You
I'm
look
always
cool.
behind the camera, not in front of it.
I love your outfit. Yes.
There are those times I wonder why I'm here, like yesterday. Facing the music with my melody, life's not the same. Come to realize that nobody knows where we go when the curtains close, yeah. Just as blinded like the rays beaming down from the sky, yeah. Bang, bang, it's time to go away. It's been long enough. Bang, bang, I've let you take over. Can't be defeated.
Run towards Koji! Okay.
Roses fall above the petal after the rain falls down.
Do you like it?
Yeah. Dope. Yeah.
I'm getting emotional, low-key. How are you feeling?
Less stress.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you happy with the shots you've got so far?
Yeah, great.
Oh yeah, because I feel like
That's a wrap!
All right. Well, we are back. Yes.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was cool, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That was the process of it. And just hopefully it gave people more insight. And, you know, it was non-discouraging because we had as minimal equipment as possible, but still were able to, you know, create something, create a visual and stuff. So
yeah.
Now, who done all the editing to it?
To the music video, the cinematographer did it.
Oh, she did it?
Yes.
Okay then. No, I was just thinking that was a Canon that she had, but that was a Sony, as you say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Thank you.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice to see Amber without the mask.
yeah, that was Amber.
She did a great job. I don't know if she's here today, but let her know I thought she was excellent video.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely will. She was brilliant. Yeah, she was the person I sought after when I thought about, you know, when I first conceptualized having someone dance, and yeah, she was perfect.
Yes, she was. So, well, I know it's 4:00 now, Gary.
Yeah, it's that time. So, just want to thank Koji Kali for hanging out with us and sharing today. It's really been a blast, and the music is just all great. Very so proud of you. Congratulations, and keep doing it. And we just definitely look forward to everything else that's coming our way from you. And please keep us posted so we can bring you back.
Yes.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having me, and thank you for everyone who tuned in. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll be coming out with more projects, so stay tuned.
Awesome. Okay,
yes.
Well, I want to tell everyone to have a great weekend. And those of you, if you happen to tune in late, of course there will be an archive of this later today that will be posted, so we'll be definitely posting that out for all of you out there to catch up on that. And it is Labor Day weekend, so I guess whatever you're doing out there, be safe what you're doing, enjoy it, and please come back next week. I'm not sure, it's next week, Grizz, what's who's next?
Nobody yet next week, but definitely on the 15th.
Okay. So we'll definitely keep you posted on any changes. With that said, have a great weekend, and I'm going to pass it over to the rest of the crew.
Yeah. Just want to thank everybody for coming out and listening outside the chat room and chatting with us. I had a great time. Missed you guys last Saturday. So good to be back today. And especially enjoyed our guest today. So excited about what she's doing in her future. And now I'll turn it over to you, Mac.
Yeah, well, y'all have a good weekend. Hey, Coach, keep doing what you're doing, child. I like that.
No doubt.
No doubt. And y'all have a great weekend. And I'm getting out of here because I got a house full of people.
I gotta go eat lunch myself because I feel like I'm about to night.
Yep. Okay, so Koji, thanks for spending the 2 hours with us. We're so proud of you, baby girl. You keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay?
Keep it on. Thank you guys so much, and have a good Labor Day.
You too. You be safe. Yeah, you be safe. So everybody out there, listeners, thank you for tuning in. Chat room, thank you for being there. You guys be safe. Have a great weekend, and be safe on the Labor Day, okay? We'll see you next week.
What's that? What's Labor Day?
Bye. Will you stop?
Bye, Felicia.
What is Labor Day?
Bye, Felicia. Bye, your family. Your people, go.
Okay, we'll see y'all next week. Y'all keep it locked.
All right.
Ciao.
Never a dull moment.
Fine China, but I like you, don't love you. Might catch you, keep coming at me. sideways, sideways. Keep coming at me sideways, sideways. You gon' catch this energy. Sideways, sideways. Keep coming at me. You blow my phone up way too much now. Asking where I be at. Need you to relax. You need to chill with all that jealousy. Draining me of all my energy. You love me.